This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Catch the sun power.
This is the 7 a.m. Barbados Today update for Friday, April the 11th, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Good morning. Doctors in Barbados are investigating modern research which reveals that complications such as elevated glucose or blood sugar during pregnancy can adversely affect mothers and their unborn child later in life. In a follow-up to the hyperglycemia and adverse pregnancy outcomes study, or HAPO, the local medics are focusing on hyperglycemia in pregnancy and its associated risk of adverse childhood and maternal outcome 8 to 12 years later. According to the latest edition of the K-Field Campus News magazine Chill, this research stems from a HAPO study which was published in 2008 and highlighted the relationship between abnormally high maternal glucose and increased fat deposits in the womb. A new private sector-led strategic plan for the agricultural sector in Barbados over the next 2 years will be unveiled on Wednesday. That's when the Barbados Agricultural Society not only announces initiatives for the development of the sector during a symposium at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center, but Prime Minister Frendel Stewart will also outline government's vision for the industry. Stakeholders are also expected to hear representations on animal genetics and how farmers can best equip themselves to take full advantage of supplying the Sandals Resort.
We keep on hearing that, Barbadians, farmers in general need to grow more food. The fact of the matter, is that we are growing food. What we want consumers to do is to buy the food that we produce. One of the things that we'll be doing, for instance, at the symposium, we will have on display products that are either processed in some instances or raw products, that raw agricultural products that we can at least show to people living examples of the type of produce that we are producing in Barbados and what, for instance, we'll be expecting them to support. So we are hoping, therefore, to show a very positive view of the sector, a sector that is alive and well, that basically is seeking to ensure that it can continue to contribute to the economic landscape in Barbados.
Home Affairs Minister Adriel Brathwaite is reassuring fire officers of government's intention to improve their working conditions. Mr. Brathwaite was speaking against the backdrop of officers who've been complaining about a lack of proper resources and physical facilities to meet the demands on the fire service. Over the past couple of days, fire officers have had to fight more than 50 blazes that comprise bush, cane, and houses.
We're taking the cabinet, we have not got cabinet's approval as yet, but we're looking to find a way to get about 6 new appliances over the next 2 to 3 years. I know we had some challenges in terms of 1 or 2 of the tenders, but I am told that they were quickly dealt with by the mechanics at the fire service. So again, there's a plan in place for us to get some renewal of the fleet.
Tourism Minister Richard Seeley says any program that will convert cruise ship passengers into long-stay visitors, especially the younger travelers, will be of significant benefit to Barbados. His comments come as Barbados prepares to receive next year one of the world's largest cruise liners, the Britannica, which is owned and operated by P&O Cruises out of the UK. That vessel will also home port here. Minister Seeley describes this news as encouraging.
The truth is that we have to take it serious because Barbados is known as a destination that relies heavily on repeat business. 47% sometimes, in the 40s certainly, it's been as high as 47 of all tourists coming to Barbados would have been here at least once before. And if you attend our repeat visitor reception, sometimes people coming here 35 35, 40. I met a lady, a German actually, at the last Ilar Court function who had been to Barbados like 60 times. And that type of thing is where we become a home away from home. And if someone can develop that love in groups, then certainly we have to be prepared to work with those realities and see what can make happen.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Catch the sun power.
In regional news now, the Caribbean Court of Justice has held an obstetrician and gynecologist responsible for an infant in Belize developing cerebral palsy. In its judgment handed down yesterday, the CCJ also ordered that the Dr. Raju Meenavali pay costs. Dr. Meenavali went to the CCJ challenging earlier rulings by the trial judge and the local court of appeal, both of which found him liable. The regional tribunal agreed with the two other courts that the doctor's failure to act in accordance with established professional standards was responsible for the child developing cerebral palsy. Internationally now, he's known as the bulldog in South Africa's legal circles. And just 2 days into Gary Nell's merciless cross-examination of Oscar Pistorius, it's easy to see why the veteran state prosecutor's relentless grilling of Pistorius on trial for the murder of his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp, on Valentine's Day last year, has riveted people around the world to their TV sets and has sparked a debate of whether Nell's no-holds-barred tactics have crossed the line. At various times, Nell has called the 27-year-old a liar, implied that Pistorius was pretending to be emotional to testify, reduced him to tears, and laughed at him for failing to recall the answer to one of Nell's questions as the prosecutor ruthlessly tore into various aspects of his testimony. That's been the 7 a.m. update. Join us again at noon. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, and like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph.
This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.